So it is Sunday, and our kind of Sunday ritual is to go get a treat at Dairy Queen. We get a small blizzard every single week, me and my girl, and today's Sunday, so I am headed to Dairy Queen. So this is a little bit different. I'm trying out a new picture profile on the camera, new camera, not new, but different camera on my windshield here, and trying that out. And so you're along for the ride. I don't want to get on here and just complain because I feel like I always do is complain or always talk about the bad stuff. But let me talk about the good stuff. Let me start off with that. So in February, the very beginning of February, I get like these analytics from Instagram. It says, "Hey, this is what you accomplished on Instagram this past month for January." And it said I only posted 11 times. That's either like a reel. I think it even counts a story. So I mean, piss poor effort on my part with 11, I should say posts. I don't know what it was. And I saw that and I was like upset. I'm like, dude, I can't. I'm complaining or I'm worried about business. I'm worried about work, and I can't even post. What am I doing with my time? I'm doing other work, but you know what I mean. So I'm really hunkered down. I'm like, and actually I didn't see this at the very beginning of February. I saw it like kind of the first week of February. And so I said to myself, you know what? I am going to post at least once a day for the rest of the month. And then I kind of my peak was like, yeah, I'm going to do it twice a day. I only posted 11 in January. How am I going to do twice a day? So, I was just going through my ideas, my notes app and whatever it was. And I have a bunch of saved reels and different things. And so I went at it. And for 2 weeks, pretty much, I put out two pieces of content every single day. I mean, those were like reels, not just stories, because stories are kind of easy. You just post a picture or something like that. But I really focused in, locked in, and tried to get those two pieces of content. And I did it. I'll need to look up the exact uh, amount of posts I did, but I'll try to post it here on the screen. And I've gotten so good results off of it. And I've gotten, of course, a lot of more interactions, a lot more impressions, a lot more likes. The followers, okay, I gained like 25 followers, but I lost like 24. I think I put that on one of my stories. So I was positive. I got one net follower, so that's good. And I know that some people are just, hey man, you're posting too much. I don't care because I could see the numbers growing. I saw some orders come in that there were the sales were better than in January, and I saw some people who hadn't ordered in a while order, and I'm going to attribute that to them seeing my post because I saw someone post online that like because Instagram and all the social medias now, they're more interest based. So if you're into camera gear, you're into cars, you're going to get fed that more than what you would get fed by your own follow, your own, the people who you actually follow. And so one of these creators are like, just, they asked me how many times should I post? It's like, post as much as you can, post as many times a day that you can. And like one, I saw one guy, he got to 1 million followers, and they're like, how'd you get to 1 million followers? He posted like 84 times a day. There's zero chance I'm going to, but I mean, they had a team of people still. And so I thought my one post a day up to two posts a day was going to help. And it did, it definitely did. And, that's the positive. Now I got into a rut, and that's the part that's the down part of this. I got into a rut because there was a day that my girl was off and she wanted some assistance with her car stuff, and so I spent the day with her, and it was awesome. I had a really great time with her, and it was a nice little break from just doing videos and doing the work because we just had a lot to do, and so we spent the day together and had a good time. The next day, I'm just still in this rut. I don't have the ideas. I don't have the attitude or the headspace to go out there and make videos and write the scripts and or write my little outlines, and it just happens. And I talked to Jeff about this. I talked to Blummer about it, and he's like, "Dude, we all go through it. You just have to push through. You got to keep moving forward." And he was like, "Dude, I'm loving your stuff." His wife told me separately, "Hey, I'm really loving your videos." I've had so many people, just tell me, "Hey, the videos you're doing are so good. We're liking them. They're so funny, and you know, just keep it up." And those words of encouragement really, really, really do make a difference. Um, so it's, but you still have that mental block of you're in this rut, and you just kind of have to work yourself out of it. And and that's how I felt. So I think on Thursday I may have posted something, or Friday. Today I know I posted something about the lunch that I had with Blummer and his and our conversation. I got to go film stuff with him on Saturday, so that was good. And so we're I feel like I'm getting out of this rut. Just one thing at a time. I'll post that one video. I think I posted yesterday, maybe posted one today for sure. And I'm getting the ideas flowing back. And hi, can I get a small chocolate dip strawberry and a small Royal New York cheesecake? But can I add chocolate chunks to that, please? And that'll be it. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. Blizzards have been secured. Going back to what I was talking about, I need to, just like everything, I feel like I say this all the freaking time. Need to do more. Need to post more. Need to do more YouTube videos. And I'm getting there. It's just the rut. It's the maybe the lack of ideas. It's the a lot of times I don't feel like anybody wants to watch. I mean, I know that it's you got to put in the reps. You got to make the videos, get better at them, and you'll do better. You'll do better. You'll get more views. You'll get more comments and likes, subscribers, and whatnot. I get it, but man, it is tough. And I didn't expect it to be easy, but to see that, like, one video get 100 and something views, and I'm like, man, I'm getting there. And then another do like 20, and like, ugh, what did I do wrong? And it's just about analytics. Just like anything else, you got to see what you did right, what you did wrong, what you can improve, and where do I put my time? Put my time into the design work, and then into the social media part, and then of course the YouTube part. I gotta have balance. I need help. I need help. That's what I need. But I don't have enough work for it. So that's what I'm asking. I've asked this before, but I'll ask it again. If you see a video that really, strikes you, it grabs your attention, it makes you laugh, it's, whatever it is, shoot it to me. If you think that I could spin it, because I don't want to, and I'm not going to copy someone directly. That's not cool. But I mean, I take inspiration. Yeah. I mean, it could be the same, you know, the same thoughts about it. That's what I'm doing now. But I put my own spin to it. Of course, I'm not one for one copy, and I want to, be able to, for it to be, stand on itself. And right now, because I'm a small creator, I've got to do this. And, yeah, I have my own ideas that I post. Yeah, they don't do as well because the other ones are proven to be doing well. So it's good to kind of mix those both. And that's what I'm trying to do. So if you see something, shoot me a DM. Say, hey, Mark, I think this would work for you. I think you could, really spin this to to your style, or to the, it doesn't have to be about printing, of course. It just something that catches your eye, and you're like, I think you could do it. So shoot it to me. I appreciate it. And that's pretty much it. I really appreciate all the kind words of encouragement, because yeah, it does help. It really does. Not just the likes and not just the subscribes and the comments. You know, encourage me to keep posting. It's or that you've enjoyed it. It really does help, because it is, it's different, because you're actually hearing it from someone where you took the time to type it out, not just randomly press like and that's it. So I appreciate all the comments and the DMs and the face-to-face conversations of encouragement. So thank you. And that's about it. I'm gonna try to add some more stuff to it. I wanted to really do, the day in the life that I had an interesting day, but it didn't work out because we had to reschedule Lumber's thing. But I'll try to combine it, so maybe it's like a weekend in the life, because I started recording it on Thursday, got on Friday, and got bumped to Saturday, and now it's Sunday. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next one.